welcome back to Football Manager 2022 in the beta. Today is deadline day. I wasn't planning on recording this, but I remembered that deadline day is a new fancy cool feature in FM22. If you are looking forward to carrying on watching this Swansea save, do remember you can hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well on all the videos you're enjoying, stick the comments down in the comment section below about the terrible decisions that I'm making for this Swansea team. Before we jump too much further into deadline day, we've done some transfer business and we are potentially doing a little bit more transfer business. I didn't realise how many transfers Swansea did over the summer. Apparently, they got a lot of people brought in from various Premier League clubs after they got released. We've brought in a new player as well, and you can't see his name, but you know he's from Nottingham Forest. It's Joe Worrell. He is signed for £2.5 million, which might be a bit steep, but I think for that amount of money, £2.5 million for a player who is 3.5-star current ability in our squad is pretty handy, particularly as we play 3 central defenders, and if I'm perfectly honest, we haven't been particularly good at the moment. £2.5 million, not a bad bit of business. We're getting a bit of news about Shane Long because I kind of might have put in an offer for Shane Long a while ago. Didn't buy him, but we're getting some news. I don't know what to expect from deadline day. We don't have a huge amount of money. We've got 1.8 million. We're over our budget as well. We're hopefully bringing in another central defender from Germany. Hopefully that's going to go through. Other than that, I'm not planning on doing any more business. Just seen we've got a fancy little deadline day button up here. What does this give us? Agent offers attracting interest. Jay Fulton is attracting interest. So does that mean we might be able to sort of get people to panic, I guess? Is that how we can do it? Contracts expiring. So these players have their contracts expiring at the end of the season. So maybe we look at trying to shift some of these on, particularly ones who aren't necessarily going to play too many times. And listed players is loan listed players, really, which is strange because Morgan Whittaker probably shouldn't be loan listed. He's probably one of our best players so far this season. That's a nice bit of news as well. Quiet transfer deadline day expected. I'm assuming just for us, not for other people. Also, is Solanke... Has he just played for England? Am I reading that right? Has he just made his international day? No. No. What? I'm so confused. Is this just wrong? Dual nationality battle. Oh, okay, so he might change his nationality. Possibly. I think that's new. That doesn't seem to be a thing that's happened before. When I press continue, we're going to get a fancy bit of screen, which is far too fast to see anything, but it looks really nice. What have we got? The deadline day tracker then. Rumours of David Wheeler possibly going to Middlesbrough. Jerome Sinclair has actually had a contract offer from Peterborough. And the Stevens to Celtic, there's been a contract there. This is quite interesting. It's quite fun to see. I mean, I'm not really involved in this. No one's making any bids for my players. I'm not planning on buying anyone other than the transfers that's hopefully going to go through any second now. Here we go. £450,000 potentially going up a little bit more. And we are signing Marco Friedel, who I am bringing him in because, number one, Werder Bremen have financial problems, so he's really cheap. I scouted him and they went, you should sign him whatever the price, and I think as a wide centre-back, he can do a pretty good job. I think we play support wide centre-backs. I think he's going to give us another option on that left-hand side. Also can play as a left-back, which is always handy. So going back to the deadline day button, we've got agent offers. Agent offers, there's a whole load of agent offers coming in, which I probably should be looking at, probably more frequently than I currently am. So the agent of Luis Quinones has said, what's opt? Exploring his options. He's out of contract in 4 months. We could probably get him for cheap. Do we really need him? I mean, I feel like I'm just doing this because we can. Important player. He wants promotion to the Premier League. He's going to cost nothing. I don't really need him. It's actually quite good that we're seeing regional agents. So, for some reason, this man, who is a 35-year-old Peruvian goalkeeper, their agents are saying, do you want to maybe sign my player? This Jose Pozo's been on my list for a very, very long time. And by my list, I mean the agent's been constantly trying to sell him. I don't want him. There's confirmation of Friedel joining the club. He is going to hopefully be quite a handy player for us. Also, some more agent offers. Danny Blum, Eric Tommy, and Andrea Conti. None of these really are sparking my interest. Blum, maybe. Probably not, though. We've got some news about Charlie Masunda. Some teams have made loan offers. I mean, why did I not even consider doing that? That's inquiry. They've moved the buttons around. I keep inquiring for people. I can't loan Charlie Masunda. Why can't I do that? Why am I not? Is he going somewhere else? I feel like maybe somebody else is picking him up. We finally got a bit of deadline day business for us. Jan Dander potentially going on loan to Coventry, which, I mean, I'm kind of okay with that. Give me a little bit more cash. Sure, whatever. He's going to play some football. He's not going to play a huge amount for us. And that's kind of it. Really exciting. And there goes Jan off to Coventry. I think we are probably done. Somebody wants Joel. It's Colne? Is that Colne? I think that's Colne. I'm okay with selling him. So far this season, he hasn't been particularly impressive. And if we can get maybe £3.5 million for him, if we do, I'm guessing, if we kind of... They reckon he's 4.3, so if we put it up to... the agent's happy with that. 4.8. Let's go 4.8. If somebody offers 4.8, that could be quite helpful. There is only 2 hours left of the transfer window to go, but... I had a chat with Joel earlier, and he wants to talk about his asking price. He's not influential enough. What are you talking about? Do you think that it's too high or too low? What are you talking about? Why have you put such an asking price on me? It's not really fair. I'm not prepared. What did I say? I just clicked a button. Look, I want 4.8 million. 4.8 is probably too much. I want 4.3. 4.3 million. You can handle that. Good. And with that, that is the transfer window over. It's done. It's closed. So nobody even bid for Joel anyway, even after he threw his toys out of the pram, because we wanted too much money for him. We have brought in Dos Santos, Wilshere, and Nabil Bentaleb. Those are our 3 main ones. Obviously, we've bought more than that. That's just the highest, not even a reputation, I guess. Grimes, Dander, and Daniel Williams going out on loan deals, and obviously Grimes on a permanent deal to Aston Villa. It makes it a bit more interesting, I guess. We can also see the biggest spenders of Fulham, but I think this includes all the previous players because we certainly did not sign 28 players. Swansea did sign probably about 20 before I joined. In terms of the league, we've been doing reasonably well. We have gone and picked up, 6 points, 7 points in total so far this season. We should have had more. We genuinely should have had more. It's 10 points. That's how 3 wins is 9 points. It's 10 points. We should have had more in the last match we've just played, but we just could not score a goal against, I think it was the Reading game. We had 11 shots on target, off target even, no shots on target. We didn't have a single shot on target in that match, which is why we couldn't score. Losing to Sheffield United, not ideal, but somewhat expected. Beating Bristol City was quite a good result in my opinion. So yeah, we've started off the season pretty well. I think this is probably where I'm expecting the Swansea to be, and I'm honestly quite happy that me in charge of Swansea, we're currently sat 7th place. We are now ready for the next couple of matches in this episode. It's going to be Luton and Huddersfield. We've obviously played a little bit more since then, and I've had a costume change because the last little clip was recorded about 11:30 last night. It's now 9 AM. And since that last little clip, we've kind of not done particularly well. I think we just played the Preston game. We have then lost 1-0 against Hull. We should have won. We were the better side. We just could not score a goal. Against Millwall, a 1-1 draw. We should have won. We were the better side. We just couldn't score a second goal. We don't seem to score a lot of goals. The starting lineup then for the Luton game, we're away from home, so we're at Kenilworth Road, I think is where Luton play. It's going to be Bender in goal, Worrell, Bennett and Friedel as the back 3. Friedel is actually very good at free kicks. Didn't realise this. Did not realise this. His free kick taking, 14 free kicks. So he's probably going to be taking a few free kicks for us. It's going to be Smith and Manning as our fullbacks, Bentaleb and Cham as our central midfielders, Dos Santos and Patterson on the wings with Joel Pirot as our striker. If we have a look, we do have some fitness concerns. Ethan Laird has returned from his injury, then picked up another one, which isn't ideal, so he is apparently... he's able to play. We'll stick him on the bench, We'll do that. We'll take off Cabango. We've also got, you can see, Downs, Wilshere and Michael Obafemi all not quite fully fit. I am actually going to put Michael Obafemi on the bench as well. There we go. I think these 2 matches are going to show how good we are against lower down sides. We put 4 past Bristol, and then how good we are against better sides. Although, our Huddersfield aren't a better side. For some reason I thought Huddersfield were good. First highlight of the match then, 12.5 minutes. Slugger, big kick over the halfway line. Back down the line from Joe Worrell, but straight to a Luton Town shirt. Jerome into the penalty area, and Jerome's effort almost finds it into the bottom corner, but goes past Bender's post. 0-0, first chance goes to Luton. We're certainly not out of this, but the fact that we've dropped from 7th place down to 13th place is quite worrying, but a victory here will put us back up into 7th place. It's a corner for Luton, and it's 1-0 to Luton. Glenn Rea. Slugger with a goal kick. So far, it has been all Luton, and this is a bit of a concern for me. Friedel to Patterson, now Manning. Patterson's making a lovely run. Is Friedel going to go for a long ball? Manning once again. Left-hand side is Joel Pirro. The main goal-scoring threat has no real support in the middle at the moment. Needs to go backwards. What are you doing? Plays it to Manning. Towards the penalty area. Friedel, the wide centre-back. To Pirro once again. Now Manning. 2 in the box. Crosses in. Giovanni Dos Santos is there. The shot is blocked. And the counter-attack is definitely on now for Luton Town. Musquet. Down that right-hand side. Bennett with a very good slide tackle there to prevent the counter-attack. How do we get shots on target? We've had 6 shots and only 1 of them on target. We've been arguably the better side. We just can't have shots on target. Like, what are we doing here? What's my assistant Luke Williams saying? I think we need to show everyone that our recent praise is justified. I want a much better second half. That wasn't very good. You know what? We're going to try it. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work because we need to do some changes, but we're going to go for the 4-2-3-1 Gegenpress and see what happens. Bennett and Corey Smith are the 2 players who don't quite fit the system, so we're doing a double change at half time. We'll put Dos Santos up there, and then Michael Obafemi on the right hand side. Think that'll work. Dos Santos as the advanced playmaker in the middle. Do we do anything else? No, we've done 2 changes at half time. And 1 minute into the second half, we do have ourselves a highlight. Michael Obafemi with the ball to Nabil Bentaleb. Obafemi, I think, is our second top goal scorer. Patterson's effort is blocked. It's fallen to Ethan Laird, the Manchester United loanee, or the Man UFC loanee. Joel Pirro's there. Can't get on the end of it either. And now Luton can slowly take their time with the ball. Bell plays it in the middle to Mpanzu. Loses out to Michael Obafemi, the former Southampton man. 2-3 in the box. His first time cross hits the defender. Laird's going to get a chance. He's crossed that ball in. Patterson's at the back. Doesn't even jump for it. And it's cleared. Manning, keep this highlight alive, buddy. Oliver and Cham, former Celtic man. Back to Friedel. And Cham to Bentaleb. Cross right-hand side is Ethan Laird. Loads and loads of space for the youngster to run into. He's gone out wide. Needs to cross it in. Dos Santos in the penalty area. Crosses it in. It's fallen to Michael Obafemi. And it's fallen to the back of the net. That surely has to go down as an own goal. Michael Obafemi's claiming it because he must have a goal bonus. But it is 1-1. Well, the change to Gegenpress has meant that we've seen every single kick of the second half so far. 47 minutes, or 47.5 minutes, long kick over the top, and Jerome's in on goal here. He's gone for a dink, and he's dinked it over the bar. That was lucky. Dos Santos with a corner for us. It's towards the middle, obviously. Bree clears it. Patterson to Joel Pirro. Seen very little of Pirro so far. Is he going to cross it in? He does cross it in. It's gone all the way over to Dos Santos. And a lovely effort from Dos Santos hits the bar. Patterson keeps the highlight alive. Manning loses the ball. That was another great chance. We seem to be turning into kind of the draw specialists of the Championship at the moment, which isn't good. I don't want to be drawing these games, particularly Luton at home. Away isn't the end of the world. Friedel's there. Joe Worrell is there. Marco Friedel and Joe Worrell, the 2 January summer signings, that's what time of year it was. Summer signings have put us in front with 10 minutes left to play. We might have just dodged a bullet there. Final 5 minutes of the match, we're going to do ourselves one more change. I think Nabil Bentaleb's going to come off for Liam Walsh, who I think in the last episode I did say that Liam Walsh is apparently one of those players who's got a decent amount of potential. So we're going to bring on Walsh. Time is ticking away, 4 minutes of injury time, 2-1 up currently against Luton Town, and we've got away with that one. We have certainly got away with that one. We probably should have put 4 or 5 past them. So 8 games into the season, we are currently sat 9th place, 1 point off the playoffs. Realistically, playoffs is our stretch goal, isn't it? We're going to probably, or hopefully, finish around where we currently are. If we are good enough, we might be able to get into the top 6. I don't think we're going to get automatic promotion, but playoffs is certainly an option. Let's do another one of these meetings then. So, development with a whole load of people. Actually, 4 different people have turned up for this one. Harry Jones, Dylan Morgan, and Ben Lloyd. They reckon are just getting better personality-wise. That's good. Anything else? Michael Obafemi has made recent improvements. He's been impressed with Michael Obafemi in training. He's not very good, is he? He's just fast. But, you know, old Michael Obafemi's doing a good job. Also, Joel Pirro and Rhys Williams. fair enough. And finally, high potential players, Roberts, Petrie and Viviers. I think we might be doing these meetings too frequently. Before we get to the next match, let's have a quick look at the club vision, and in particular, the make board requests. I did a little kind of play around save after I finished recording the last episode, and I noticed that we can, where is it? Is it here? Under 19 team. We can request another team. I don't know whether they're going to do it, but they can. And the board have agreed. We've now got ourselves a third youth team. Is this worth it? They've got no fixtures, but we've got ourselves a third youth team now. Don't know whether this is a bug or whether this is something that's supposed to happen, but there you go. 3 youth teams and a first team. For the Huddersfield game, we are going to go for the 4-2-3-1 gegenpress because it seemed to change the game up when we played Luton. It's going to be Bender in goal, Laird, Williams, Bennett and Friedel as our back four, with Downton and Cham in the centre of the pitch. Obafemi, Dos Santos, Wilshere and Joel Perreault will be our main goal-scoring threats. I would love to see a goal from Gio Dos Santos. That's what I want. And as always, I'm going to do a change just before we kick off. Joe Worrell is going to start ahead of Bennett because Joe Worrell scored in the last match. If we manage to pick up a victory against Huddersfield, I think we're going to move a lot closer to the playoffs. Obviously, other teams around us will also be playing, but hopefully we are going to be one of the few teams that's going to climb up a little bit. Karoma, has stolen the ball off there. Going down that left-hand side. Obafemi's chasing him back, though. Long ball straight over the top to Rhodes, and if he's not offside, I don't know who is. 10 minutes now. Ethan Laird picks the ball up, down to Downs. Laird once again on the right-hand side, crosses it in low. Obafemi back to Laird. Strange thing to do, but I guess he didn't have too many choices, and Obafemi almost gets himself another goal. It is still 0-0, but we are getting close. Dos Santos with a free kick, whips it towards the back post, towards Michael Obafemi, who, he's not the smallest of people, but he's certainly not the biggest either. Friedel is going to keep the ball in. Don't know why Friedel didn't take that. Worrell to Cham, forward, Dos Santos, Joel Perreault, through ball to Michael Obafemi, long range effort, and Michael Obafemi gets his 4th goal of the season. It trickles past the line after hitting the goalpost. Michael Obafemi turning into a bit of a legend for the Swansea team. Fully aware he's only scored 4, but we've only played 9 games. Friedel's throw towards Jack Wilshere, picked up a yellow card early on and is on a 6.5 rating. Doesn't look like Jack Wilshere's doing particularly well on that left-hand side. Lees to Colwell. Long ball, not long ball. It's a pass on the ground. Karoma, is he going to get past his man? He tries to pass it and Michael Obafemi intercepts. Ethan Laird keeps it in play. Obafemi needs to carry on his run. He doesn't do it instead. He's gone inside. Williams, the Liverpool loanee. Is he going to find the Manchester United loanee? Instead, he's gone for a run. Now Laird. Obafemi needs to run into that space. Instead, Laird's going to go for it. Fair enough. 2 in the box. Joel Perreault's one of them. He's hit the bar and Colwell heads the ball clear. It's going to be another corner. Dos Santos has gone over to take it. It's towards the 6-yard box. A header clear. Jack Wilshere is going to pick this one up. Is the highlight going to carry on? Reece Williams. He's gone for a pass to Joel Perreault. I thought it might have been a shot. It's Friedel. Plays it all the way back to Joe Worrell and the highlight just ends. Bit of a weird highlight. So I'm starting to come to the conclusion that gegenpress kind of still works. They've had 1 shot and it was a 0.05 XG. We've obviously got the goal that has put us in front at the moment, but we could do better. That was not a very good team talk. I'm going to just do this one because that will hopefully fire a bunch of people up. It kind of did. 10 minutes into the second half and we've got a throw in a good position. I'm looking at match ratings and Cham and Wilshere not doing very good. Downs to Ethan Laird. Cuts inside. Is he going to try and shoot? He has tried to shoot. It's taken a big old deflection and Nichols can come out. Hold on to that one on his 6-yard line. And that wasn't the highlight, so something else is happening. Nichols then wanders round the Huddersfield penalty area. Kicks it long over the halfway line. Ethan Laird, though, is there to clean that one up. Friedel controls it. The 2 fullbacks combining somehow. Wilshere down the left-hand side. Need to bring him off, really. He's not doing a job on that left wing. And Cham dinks it forward. It's Michael Obafemi, and Michael Obafemi is there for his 2nd goal of the game. Swansea legend in the making, Michael Obafemi. I don't think they know what they were talking about because gegenpress still certainly does work. I know we're Swansea and we're playing against a team who are in theory worse than us, but they've had like 1 shot. Karoma's going down that left-hand side. Ethan Laird, by the way, has picked up a bit of a knock, so I need to look at subbing him off. He is full of injuries, Ethan Laird. This is his 3rd injury of the season, and Jordan Rhodes has hit the post. Right, let's do this Laird substitution. We don't have any right-backs on the bench. Cabango, I feel like you might be able to play as a right-back. You're 6'3". Ryan Bennett probably is a better solution as a right back, which is fair enough. We will do that. We'll also take off Jack Wilshere for Morgan Whittaker. Sure, we'll do that. Do we also do one final change? I'm looking at Nabil Bentaleb just because I signed him. He's getting paid a lot of money and I kind of want to play him. We won't do it just yet, but he will be coming on. Although Friedel is he's fluttering between a 6.5 and a 6.7 rating, so maybe Friedel needs to be coming off. Final 10 minutes, we will do this change, and it's going to be Flynn Downs for Nabil Bentaleb. Weird that they recommend I bring on Cabango, who isn't a central midfielder. Fair enough. Let's try and get ourselves a third. Final couple of minutes, 4 minutes of injury time. No highlights really in the second half. Been pretty dull, but it is a 2-0 victory against Huddersfield. It's a double win. So far, in the 3 matches we've played on camera, we've won all 3. Something's not right. I need to report this as a bug. With that victory then, we do move ourselves up to 8th place, just 1 point off the playoffs, which is currently occupied by Blackburn, Bournemouth, Barnsley and Millwall. And we are, weirdly, not too far off the top of the table, just 5 points off of Fulham and Sheffield United as well. Before we end this episode, I want to go and have a look at Newcastle. I've not done this yet. First of all, Brendan Rodgers is in charge of Newcastle. I think that is a common theme. Brendan Rodgers seems to always go to Newcastle on this save. I say on this save, on this game at the moment. How have they spent their money? They haven't. They haven't. They've bought nobody. They brought in Brendan Rodgers with £200 million to spend, and they've literally bought nobody in. Is that right? Yep. Yes, it looks like it. They are just sticking with their current team. Fair enough, Brendan. That is going to do it for this episode. Next episode is going to be a Wales derby against Cardiff and also a very, very tough match against West Brom as well. Thank you very much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, do please remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I'll be back tomorrow with Cardiff and West Brom, and hopefully we're going to be closer to the playoffs. See you next time.